Today's episode is an inside look to how Andrew Wilkinson is using AI agents to run his personal and business life. This is a guy who has a great setup. He shows us exactly how he's using things like OpenClaw and AI agents to be more productive and to make more money. How he uses it with his family office, how he's using it to start a startup, how he's using it to think about where the next generation business is and where he should be putting his money. This is an inside look, and I don't think he's shared this anywhere, with how he's using AI agents to run his life and his businesses. By the end of this episode, you're gonna have your creative juices flowing. I certainly did, and I can't wait to see you in there.
I had this special moment. I was traveling. I went to Arizona on a trip, and I forgot to bring my laptop, but I'd set up an OpenClaw agent on my computer, and I basically was able to run my entire business using OpenClaw in the back of Ubers. Like, I was going to this conference. It was super, super busy. And I was astounded by how competent it was able to be. And that nobody picked up on the fact that, every single email that I wrote was being written by OpenClaw. And so I've been chasing that moment ever since. And the problem is that I feel like I'm spending 50% of my time debugging it and 50% of my time, maybe 30% of my time making it better, and then 20% of my time being productive. So it's like the classic productivity treadmill. But we have been able to build some pretty interesting stuff. So let me screen share with you, and I will show you this app that I built. So this all started because I wanted to build a custom GPT or ChatGPT project for me and my girlfriend's relationship. The idea would be that we would be able to query it. Hey, we're having a fight about XYZ, which we do. And I asked it, I said, hey, if I was to do a bunch of psychological tests, which ones would you want to see? And it gave me this list of like 15 different screens that it wanted me to do. And so I went to Claude Code and I said, hey, can you just put all these into a multiple choice test, set up scoring, and then put them in a JSON file. And so both of us did that. It took about 40 minutes. And we put the JSON files into ChatGPT. And we said, without knowing anything about this couple, tell us about their relationship. And we read it line by line, and like our jaws just like dropped. Like, it nailed every single fight that we have, every single issue at home. And so I saw the power of these multiple choice personality tests. And so a couple of cool things I've been doing with OpenClaw.
You've been busy, Andrew.
I have been very busy. I mean, this is all I do. Like, this is just like a complete obsession. And it is kind of sad because I'm like, let's see, because I'm always spending my time, tweaking my stuff versus doing actual work. So basically, like, it reads all my email, triages all my email, and then it figures out automatically what projects I have going on. We might have to blur some of this, but it's, I'm on your podcast and it's telling me, oh, you need to prepare for it. It randomly was like, oh, your Airtable account's going to go out. It's my brother's birthday. I'm bidding on a building. Like, it just figures out all of those things. And so every day I get this report, and then you can see that it gives me next steps. So I can say, like, don't worry about it. Or I can say, hey, send an email to my admin asking her to remind this person that. So that's pretty cool. I also get emails. So this is like, it's identified a high priority email. Again, we're going to have to blur this because this is someone's comp, but this is somebody saying, oh, hey, I'm owed a bonus, right? So, and then it drafts in my voice different response options. So I can just respond inline in Telegram and say 1B. And so it turns your entire business into a multiple choice quiz, basically. So every day I just get like 20 different messages. They're emails, or it goes in my iMessage and identifies things I need to respond to. And I can just say like 1A, 2B, 3C. And that saved me a shitload of time. Another cool thing I built a brief. So basically this goes into my Readwise reader and my email, and it looks at which newsletters came in. And then it, based on what it knows about me, so I prompted it, I kind of said like, I'm interested in AI and health and certain things. And then it chooses a few stories. And then check this out. Did you ever listen to The Daily on the New York Times?
Yeah.
So listen to this.
Here's what landed in the inbox and reader today. Tuesday, April 28th. We have a Special Forces soldier who bet on an operation.
So it basically makes a custom podcast using Gemini voice. And I just listen to that every day in the shower. And it's so cool because one of the reasons I stopped listening to podcasts like that was because they would be depressing or it's just stuff I don't care about. So I have it prompted to like only tell me things that are going to make my day better or are relevant to my own life or my city or my businesses. And then I also have it do a countdown. So it says, you have this many more summers with your kids. You have this many more days to live. Here's a quote from Seneca, to give you like a sense of purpose today. So it's just incredibly cool how you can basically make your media. So I have 2 OpenClaw agents running on a VPS, and Ava is kind of my personal assistant that I just showed you. This is Mara. This is my my doctor agent. It also helps. I've made them very attractive women, so I always want to talk to them, and I'm always flattered when they message me. But this is really cool. So I have it. I have all my Apple Health data from my Apple Watch, my age, sleep, etc., and it uploads into a Google Drive. So I have a JSON file of all my health metrics. And then every morning it sends me a health summary. So it looks at my HRV, resting heart rate, respiratory rate, tells me about my sleep. And then I have this weird viral nerve pain that I get. And it looked through my data over the last 5 years and said, oh, I've correlated it. And I see that every time you get that flare, your wrist temperature changes for 3 days before. And so it tells me in advance that. And then it also tracks like my medication adherence and all that kind of stuff. So it's just stuff like and then the other thing is like, if I ask it a question, it's prompted to use max intelligence. So let's say I said, hey, should I take this medication? It will spin up a rheumatologist, internist, like every type of doctor as a Claude expert with extra high thinking. And it will do a team of experts for like 10 minutes across my GBrain and all my medical data. And it'll give me a really informed answer. So I'm like just blown away by some of this stuff.
Andrew, we covered a lot of territory, like way more territory than I even thought was remotely possible. But that's why I love having you on. I appreciate it. We did pretty much everything. We did agents, we did running your business, we did family office, we did health, we did personalized health, we did living happier and healthier.